Today we are going to learn partial fraction of indefinite integration of class 12. Now today we are going to learn a new topic of integration, that is integration by partial fraction. Now the question arises, what is partial fraction? In this word partial fraction, here is a word partial. Partial means in some parts. The same word we apply in our integration and it will be integration by partial fraction. Now look at here. I have considered two functions, f of x and g of x. Both these are polynomial functions. These are polynomial functions. If I take their ratio, it means if I take f of x upon g of x, provided that g of x not equals to 0. Because if any case, if denominator becomes 0, then it is indefinite form, and then after we can't solve that. So that it is very necessary that g of x, which is our denominator, never be 0. Okay. So which form I have considered? I have considered f of x upon g of x. This ratio is called rational algebraic function. This ratio is called rational algebraic function. Now friends, if you observe this ratio, then here are two conditions. Maybe degree of numerator is greater or maybe degree of denominator is greater. By using these two conditions, there are two types of this rational function. Look at here. If degree of numerator, our numerator is function f of x and denominator is function g of x. If degree of numerator, that is degree of f of x, is less than degree of denominator, that is degree of g of x, then such a type of rational algebraic function is called improper rational function. It is called improper rational function. For that, degree of numerator less than degree of denominator. But if it is opposite, if it is like this, if degree of numerator, that is degree of f of x, is greater than or equals to degree of g of x, then it is proper rational function, in which we can factorize our numerator or we can divide numerator by our denominator, and if product is not a fraction, if product is not a whole number, then our ratio we can write it as in the form f of x upon g of x, it is equals to quotient plus remainder upon divisor. Here degree of numerator is greater than degree of denominator, so that we can divide this term, we can take its ratio, and the ratio can be written as in the form quotient plus remainder upon divisor, and our divisor is g of x, so it is remainder upon g of x. This is whole number, there is no problem. But here remainder upon our denominator, that is g of x, this term is again a proper rational function. It is again a proper rational function. And if there is a proper rational function, then we have to apply our partial fraction. Now question arises, how can we use this partial fraction? Now one thing is clear, that when you have to use partial fraction, when there is proper rational function in our integration problem, then we have to use our partial fraction. And how to use that? Look at here. There are three topics. There are three types of proper rational function. These types are like this. Maybe our g of x function, maybe our denominator, that is our g of x function, maybe is in the form x minus a into x minus b into x minus c. If you observe these functions, these are linear functions. These are linear functions. Okay, and these linear functions are not repeated. So our first type will be non-repeated linear functions. Here non-repeated, x minus a, x minus b, x minus c, they are non-repeated but linear function. And when there is a case like this, then we have to use partial fraction like this. We have to take some constant a, b, c, d in capital format, and how to write that? First constant upon first factor plus second constant upon second factor plus third constant upon third factor, that is a upon x minus a, middle sign must be plus, second constant, that is b upon second factor x minus b plus c upon x minus c. And if we solve this, this is rational form and this is its rational form. This is rational form and this is its partial form, and by using this partial form we can solve such type of integration in which factors are non-repeated and linear. Okay, now friends, second, if the factor are of this type in which here is linear factor, but I have observed that one factor is repeated. Here is x minus a whole bracket square, maybe x minus a whole bracket cube. When there is a product of linear and repeated linear factors, it means that this product, factors are repeated and linear. And if there is repeated linear factors, then we have to take its partial format like this: a upon here is the term x minus a whole bracket square. So I have to write this first constant upon its first factor, that is x minus a, plus second constant upon its second term, that is x minus a whole bracket square. If there is a cube of this function, then we have to take third constant c upon our third factor will be x minus a whole bracket cube, plus here second term is or second factor is x minus b. So we have to also take this linear factor like this, plus new constant c upon that factor x minus b. Okay friends, are you understanding these points? Now the third type, the third case arises, and in which here is a product of linear factor with here is a quadratic equation, but we cannot solve this quadratic equation because these quadratic equations cannot give us its roots properly, so that this factor is called non-repeated quadratic factor, non-repeated quadratic factors. So that if this case arises, then in such a cases we have to take, as this is linear function, as this is linear factor, so we have to take first constant upon first factor, that is a upon x minus a, plus, but this is not linear, this is not repeated, it is improper, it is proper. We cannot factorize this term, and if we cannot factorize this term, then we have to understand that here is x square, means here are two values for x, and when there is two values for x, then we have to take two constant, and that constant we have to write in the form bx plus c upon this factor, that is bx plus c upon x square plus bx plus c. These are three types of our proper rational function, and when 1, 2 or 3 any type of case arise, then we have to use its partial fraction in that given format. You can take a screenshot for this lecture. Okay. We are going to solve exercise 3.4 for using partial fraction. Now here I have taken first question of question first, in which we have to integrate x square plus 2 upon x minus 1 into x plus 2 into x plus 3. So I have started to solve this problem. As I have to integrate, so I denote this problem by letter I is equals to integration of this whole term into dx. Now friends, I have given this equation as equation number 1, and take this term, this improper rational function outside of this integration, and this term is written here. If I observe this term, here denominator is x minus 1 into x plus 2 into x plus 3. If I solve this, x into x into x, it will be x cube. It means that degree of denominator is greater than degree of numerator. And whenever degree of denominator is greater than degree of numerator, then it is improper, then it is proper rational function. And when there is a proper rational function, we have to use partial fraction. And so that whenever we are going to use partial fraction, we have to look over its type. Here the functions in denominator, the factors in denominator are x, it is linear as well as it is non-repeated. So this is type 1 of partial fraction, in which non-repeated linear factors are present, and when there are non-repeated linear factors, then we have to solve this as how to make it partial. Here first constant upon first factor, that is a upon x minus 1, plus b upon second factor, that is x plus 2, plus c upon third factor, that is x plus 3. This is our equation number 2. Now if we solve this, then we get x square plus 2, it is equals to a into I will make its cross multiplication, and if I cross multiply this both sides, then it will be a into x plus 2 into x plus 3, a into x plus 2 into x plus 3, middle sign is plus, then b into x minus 1 into x plus 3 plus c into x minus 1 into x plus 2, and the product of denominator which is equal to this term will get cancelled. So remaining term is this, and this is our equation number 3. Now here I have taken 3 new constant. They are a, b and c. So firstly we have to find out its proper values. For that, when there is linear factor, then always if I have to find the value for constant a, then the linear factor below it is x minus 1. Put 0 about this x minus 1. That is, put x minus 1 equals to 0. It means that x is equals to 1, and in equation number 3. Then equation 3 becomes, it is after replacing x by 1 or x minus 1 by 0, then it will be 1 square plus 2. It is equals to a into x plus 2. It is x is replaced by 1, so it is 1 plus 2 into a 1 plus 3 plus b into, here is the term x minus 1 and x minus 1 is 0, so b into 0, or I have solved it here, plus c into, here is the term x minus 1, so it is also, we have to multiply by 1 minus 1 means 0, and after solving this we get 3 is equals to 12a. It means that a is equals to 1 upon 4. Here is our first constant. Now for second constant, here the term in denominator of second constant b is x plus 2. It is again linear factor, and as this is linear factor, so put x plus 2, that is linear factor x plus 2 is here, so put x plus 2 is equals to 0, that is x is equals to minus 2 in equation number 3. Then equation 3 becomes, equation 3 is here, it is x square plus 2, so that it will be now x is minus 2, minus 2 square plus 2, it is equals to a into, this is a into, here is the term x plus 2, but now x plus 2 is equals to 0, so it is multiplied by 0, plus b into x minus 1 into x plus 3, but value of x is minus 2, so that it is minus 2 minus 1 into minus 2 plus 3, plus now c into, here is the term x plus 2, and x plus 2 is 0, so that c into 0. Now this term becomes minus 2 square is 4, 4 plus 2 is 6, it is equals to, this is 0, minus 2 minus 1 minus 3 into 3 minus 2 is 1, minus 3 into 1 is minus 3, minus 3 into b, it is minus 3b. This term is also 0, hence b is equals to minus 2. Okay, now our third constant, that is c. The term below c or in denominator of c is x plus 3, which is linear, so put x plus 3 is equals to 0 directly. It means that x is equals to minus 3, and we have to put this value in equation number 3, so that our equation 3 becomes, equation 3 is here, it is x square plus 2, so that x is replaced by minus 3, it is minus 3 square plus 2, it is equals to a into, here is the term x plus 3 which is 0 now, so that a into 0 plus b into, here is again x plus 3, so that b into 0 plus now c into minus 3 minus 1 minus 3 plus 2. Okay friends, and after solving this we get this one is 0, this one is also 0, minus 3 minus 1 is minus 4 into minus 3 plus 2 is minus 1, minus 4 into minus 1 is plus 4, plus 4 into c is plus 4c, and hence plus 4c, and minus 3 square plus 2 is 11, hence c is equals to 11 upon 4. Now we got all 3 constants value, and after replacing this value in equation 2, so our equation 2 becomes, it is, this term remains as it is. Here value for a is 1 upon 4, I have replaced it here, 1 upon 4 upon this x minus 1, plus value of b is minus 2, it is minus 2 upon x plus 2, plus value of c is 11 upon 4 upon this factor x plus 3. Now this term is taken from our integration I. This is our equation number 1, and in this equation 1 we have find the value for this proper rational function, and after replacing this value of this proper rational function, the equation becomes I is equals to here this is that function and the value for this function is this. So after replacing this value, this integration I will become 1 upon 4 is constant, so that I take it outside of this integral, and 1 upon 4 into integration of this first term, that is 1 upon x minus 1 into dx. I have also separated integration. So plus into minus 2 is minus 2 into integration of 1 upon x plus 2 into dx plus 11 upon 4 into integration of 1 upon x plus 3 into dx. And after solving this, we get 1 upon 4 into, here is a term like integration of 1 upon f of x dx. And integration of 1 upon x dx or integration of 1 upon f of x dx is log of mod of f of x. So that I write it here, log of mod of f of x is x minus 1, which is greater than x. So that as it is composite function, we have to differentiate it in denominator, and after differentiate this term in denominator, it will be derivative of x will be 1 minus derivative of constant is 0. 1 minus 0 is 1, and in denominator it is not necessary to write 1. It is always present. Minus 2 into, here is the same term, integration of 1 upon f of x dx. It is log of mod of f of x, and after taking its derivative in denominator, it is 1 plus 0 means 1, plus 11 upon 4 into same term, integration of 1 upon x dx. It is log of mod of f of x, that is log of mod of x plus 3. And as our all integration terms are completed, so that there is integration constant plus c in addition. Okay. Here we will solve question 3rd of exercise 3.4. Here is the term we have to integrate, integration of 12x plus 3 upon 6x square plus 13x minus 63 into dx. Here I have observed that here is a product of two functions. Now here we are going to solve question 3rd. Let I is equals to integration of 12x plus 3 upon 6x square plus 13x minus 63 into dx. Now here in denominator, here is a function 6x square plus 13x minus 63. Now here is the same, it is proper rational function because degree of numerator is greater than degree of denominator. So we have to solve this problem by partial fraction, and for partial fraction we have required factors. Factors are linear, non-linear, what it may be. So firstly we solve this quadratic equation for factors. I have taken this quadratic equation outside of this integral. It is 6x square plus 13x minus 63. How to solve this quadratic fraction? How to solve this quadratic equation? Here we have to take product of 6 into this constant, that is minus 63. 6 into minus 63 is minus 378, and we have to factorize this term minus 378 in such a manner that its subtraction, factor subtraction must be plus 13. Factors subtraction must be plus 13, and the factors for that is plus 27 and minus 14. If you multiply plus 27 by minus 14, we get plus into minus is minus, and 27 into 14, it is equals to 378. So after replacing these factors in this equation, we get 6x square plus first factor is 27x minus second factor is 14x, and the last term is minus 63. Then after here from this two term we take 3x as common, so remaining terms are 2x plus 3 9s are 7 and x is common. Okay, 3 9s are 27. Okay, now in this two term we take minus sign common as well as number 7 in common, so that 7 2s are 14, this x remains as it is, as we have taken minus common, so that this sign becomes plus, and 7 9s are 63, so here is 9. It means that the factors are, first factor is 2x plus 9 and the second factor will be 3x minus 7. So I take this proper rational function outside of this integral here, and I have written it as both these factors are linear as well as non-repeated. As it is non-repeated linear factor, so we have to use partial fractions first type, and in first type it is clear that we have to take first constant upon first factor, that is 2x plus 9, plus second constant upon second factor, that is b upon 3x minus 7. This is our equation 2. After solving this, we use cross multiplication here, and after solving this we get a into 3x minus 7 plus b into 2x plus 9, and the product of denominator get cancelled with this denominator, and here remaining term is 12x plus 3. This is our equation 3. Now friends, as in equation 2, here are two constant arises a and b, so we have to find its values, and for that if I observe the denominator of a, it is linear factor, and as it is linear, so put 0 about this factor, that is put 2x plus 9 equals to 0, that is x is equals to minus 9 upon 2 in equation number 3. Hence equation 3 becomes, x is now replaced by minus 9 by 2, so that equation 3 becomes, it is 12 into minus 9 by 2 plus 3, it is equals to a into 3 into x is now replaced by minus 9 upon 2, minus 7 remains as it is, plus b into 2x plus 9, this factor we are putting 0, so that b into 0, and after solving this we get 2 1s are 2, 2 6s are 12, 6 into minus 9 is minus 54 plus 3, it is equals to a into, if we solve this by using cross multiplication, we get 3 into minus 9 is minus 27, minus 27 into 1 is minus 27, minus 7 2s are 14, and in denominator 2 1s are 2, hence it is minus 54 plus 3 is minus 51, it is equals to minus 41 upon 2 into a, hence a is, after solving that function we get a as 102 upon 41. Now friends, we have get here value for constant a. Now we have to find the value of constant b, so that the factor below this b, constant b is 3x minus 7, which is linear. As it is linear, we have to put 0 for this factor, that is put 3x minus 7 is equals to 0, that is we have to put x is equals to 7 upon 3 in equation number 3, and after putting this value of x in equation 3, we get 12 into value of x is 7 upon 3 plus 3, it is equals to a into, as 3x minus 7 is 0, so that a into 0 plus b into, after putting the value of x we get 2 into 7 upon 3 plus 9, and after solving this we get 3 4s are 10, 4 7s are 28, 28 plus 3 is 31, this one is 0, and here 2 7s are 14, 14 1s are 14 plus 9 3s are 21, 9 3s are 27, 27 plus 14 is 41 upon 3 1s are 3, and after solving this we get b is equals to 93 upon 41. Here both the values of constant are cleared. Now after putting both these constants value in equation 2, we get equation 2 as this is the value of a and this one is for b, and after putting this value of this proper rational function in equation number 1, so that I is equals to integration of this function, it means that integration of this function. And how to solve this integration, as here is the addition of two functions, so we have to separate integral for both this function. So first term will be constant 102 upon 41 is taken outside of integral, then integration of remaining term is 1 upon 2x plus 9 into dx, plus here constant 93 upon 41 is taken outside of this integral, so that integration of 1 upon 3x minus 7 into dx, and after solving this constant remains as it is. Here as it is linear term, so the formula for this integration is integration of 1 upon f of x dx, and it is log of mod of f of x, it is log of mod of f of x, that is 2x plus 9. As it is f of x, as it is composite function, so that we have to differentiate this function in denominator. So derivative of 2x plus 9 is derivative of, while taking derivative of 2x plus 9, 2 is constant, derivative of x with respect to x is 1, 2 into 1 is 2, plus derivative of 9 is 0, 2 plus 0 is 2, plus 93 upon 41 into same term, integration of 1 upon f of x dx, it is log of mod of f of x, so that log of mod of 3x minus 7, and in denominator derivative of 3x minus 7 is 3, plus integration constant c. Hence after dividing by 2 to this 102, we get 51 upon 41 into log of mod of this function, plus after dividing by 3 to this numerator 93, we get 31 upon 41 into log of mod of 3x minus 7 plus c. This is the answer for this problem. Now here we are going to solve problem number 5. The function which we have to integrate is integration of x square plus x minus 1 upon x square plus x minus 6 into dx. If we observe this problem, I observe that here degree of numerator is 2 and degree of denominators is also to highest degree. So degree of both numerator and denominator is same, and whenever degree of numerator and denominator is same or degree of numerator is greater than degree of denominator, we have to take its ratio, we have to divide that numerator by its denominator. So we can do that, or I have make a small change here, that I arrange this denominator in numerator. So here in denominator the term is x square plus x minus 6. In numerator the same term is present, x square plus 6, x square plus x, but here is minus 1, so I replace it by minus 6. As I have added minus 5 here, so I balance that minus 5 by adding here plus 5. Okay, and then after separating the required terms in numerator, we get this is our first term and this is our second term, x square plus x minus 6 upon x square plus x minus 6, it is 1 plus 5 upon this term. Now here separating integration, we get integration of 1 dx plus 5 is constant, so 5 taken outside of integral, so that integration of 1 upon x square plus x minus 6 into dx. This is our equation number 1. Now here I have told you that after taking quotient plus remainder upon divisor, this term remainder upon divisor's term becomes our proper rational function, and as it is proper rational function, so we have to take it outside of this integration. So I have taken it 1 upon x square plus x minus 6. Now after factorizing this x square plus x minus 6, we get x plus 3 into x minus 2. The factor for minus 6 which gives us plus 1 is plus 3 and minus 2, so that it is x plus 3 into x minus 2. I observe that here the factors in denominator are non-repeated and linear. As the factors are non-repeated and linear, so that it is the first type of partial fraction, and by using first type of partial fraction, first constant upon first factor, that is a upon x plus 3, plus second constant b upon second factor x minus 2. This is our equation second. Now after solving this, we get a into x minus 2 plus b into x plus 3, and the product of this denominator get cancelled with this denominator, and here the remaining term is, it is equals to 1. Now friends, as we have taken two constant a and b here, so we have to find its values also. So for finding values of a, the denominator of a is x plus 3, so put x plus 3 equals to 0, that is x is equals to minus 3 in equation number 3, so that equation 3 becomes 1 is equals to a into x is replaced by minus 3 minus 2 plus b into the term x plus 3 which get 0. Then after solving this, minus 3 minus 2 is minus 5, a is equals to 1, so that a is equals to minus 1 upon 5. Now for value of b, the factor below b is x minus 2, so put x minus 2 equals to 0, that is x equals to 2 in equation number 3. Then equation 3 becomes 1 is equals to a into that factor x minus 2 becomes 0 plus b into, after putting the value of x, it is 2 plus 3, and solving this, it is 3 plus 2 is 5 into b is 5b equals to 1, means b is equals to 1 upon 5. Hence we get both the values of constant a and b. So after replacing these values of a and b in equation number 2, equation 2 will become 1 upon x square plus x minus 6, it is equals to the value of a minus 1 upon 5 upon first term plus value of b 1 upon 5 upon second term. Now friends, this rational function's value after putting in equation 1, so our equation 1 will become, equation 1 is here, I is equals to integration 1 dx, I write it here as I is equals to integration of 1 dx plus 5 into, now here is integration of this proper rational function, and integration is as integration remains same, but this term 1 upon x square plus minus 6, the value for this term is, partial value is this, and as there is integration, so after separating integration for both these terms, it will be minus sorry friends, it will be integration of this term and integration of this term also, and after solving this I can write it here as 5 into minus 1 upon 5 into integration of this term plus this 1 upon 5 into integration of 1 upon x minus 2 into dx. Now here integration of 1 dx is x, plus into minus is minus. After multiplying by this 5 to this bracket, we get 5 get cancelled. Integration of this term, that is integration of 1 upon x plus 3. As it is linear factor, so integration of 1 upon f of x is log of mod of x. So that it will be log of mod of x plus 3 plus after multiplying by this 5 cancelled with this denominator 5, so that integration of 1 upon x minus 2 will be log of mod of x minus 2 and plus integration constant c. Here x remains as it is. If you observe this term, it is just log m minus log n, and log m minus log n can also be written as log of m upon n, that is log of m is x minus 2 upon n is x plus 3 plus integration constant c.